introducing you to my Asura's Wrath hard difficulty video walkthrough. This is the final chapter of the game, or the standard game, and that is chapter 18, The Breaking Point. So at the beginning, just get your Panzer Dragoon on, hit as many chain links as you can, and we're pretty much going to talk about random nonsense until the boss fight, because I do need to explain some things on the boss fight, because it's one of the hardest fights in the game. It's not that challenging though, he just does a lot of damage, so your mistakes have to be minimal to survive. Well, in the last video we were talking about horror films, and we were on about the future of horror films, either they're dumbing them down almost, but at the same time, every so often there is quite an intelligent one. And we watched one yesterday which I think is, I wouldn't perhaps call it a horror film, it's more of a horror revenge film. And I think it's one of the best films I've seen all year, just because, you know, they don't make films like this unless you live in Korea, which I think is the place that it comes from. And this is one of those films that mixes both intelligence and the slasher gore, I think. Because the story is not your average, you know, just stab everybody in the face, because it's got the whole twist of him kind of turning into the predator against the actual serial killer. But at the same time, if you came for gore, you're going to find it, because there is some extremely difficult to watch scenes in that film. What did you think of what you watched? Because I know you didn't watch it all. Cause
you want to say the name of the film?
I'm going to... You know what it is.
The one I watched yesterday?
Yeah.
It wasn't as... Because I didn't want to watch it because I thought, again, I would have a nightmare. But no, it was more character driven and...
Yeah.
There was blood and manky bits, but I could cope with that because it was more psychological.
Definitely. It was much more about the people than the deeds.
And not... I don't know. It wasn't some ridiculous character. It was kind of believable, but not in a really, really scary way.
You think so?
I know how I mean. But
well, the film in question is I Saw the Devil. And the guy who plays the serial killer in that, the lead guy, that performance in that film is absolutely fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. You spent most of your time looking at your bloody phone, though, so you didn't quite get to see a lot of the nuance.
no, I didn't. I saw most of it.
Every time I looked, you were looking at your phone.
I can
Every single time. This is a film you've got to read.
Well, there were some bits where they weren't talking for a while.
Yeah, but they speak with their actions. Good actors. Well, too busy on a phone, as is the story of most people these days. But this is the last boss, or the so-called last boss before they release the new content, and a lot of the attacks he does hit very hard, so you need to get real good at dodging them. The best way to build your meter against this guy is to literally go for the unlimited gorge. Once you're in the unlimited gorge, use it to the best of your abilities to build as much of the burst meter as you can. Always do these counters, always hit him with these little cinematics from the inputs, and once you get, you know, compliant enough with the fight, you should be okay. I said compliant, I meant competent, but we'll forget that. Did you expect it to end the way it ended then, that film?
I thought that what happened would happen, but I liked the last bit. I don't know how much we can say without spoiler alert.
Well, it's one of them things where it's been out a while, but there's a lot of angles to the film that you can think about that are easy to overlook. Did you think that he became the monster in the end?
No.
Did you think he became the devil? Or was the other guy the devil?
The bad guy stayed the devil.
Yeah.
I don't think the good guy turned bad, really.
Do you think he should have done what he did? Because you'll notice, not only did he lose his wife, but there was all those casualties along the way when he could have stopped him at a much earlier time.
Yeah, I think...
Because just look what happened to his father-in-law and his wife's sister, who ended up getting brutally messed about with.
Yeah. He should have done it sooner, but then it would have made for a short film.
Oh, definitely. It would have made for a much shorter film. And then there wouldn't have been the incredibly awkward nurse in the pharmacist scene where he's just the most lecherous and nasty pervert ever.
Yeah, I didn't like that bit.
Yeah, that guy's great. He's fucking great.
But No, I enjoyed the only thing that sort of was a bit monstery for the good guy was the fact that the bad guy's family were there.
Oh yeah.
Instead of him maybe... Because I thought what was going to happen is that the police are going to come in and find him like that.
But instead, he hit him in the one place he thought could hurt him. Even though he said he couldn't feel pain and all that stuff, which I think were a show, just to try and be the badass serial killer in the end.
Yeah. I don't know actually. I think that it didn't bother him until he heard his kid.
Yeah.
I think because he puts it on, doesn't he?
How did that guy get to be driving a school bus?
Because he was a school bus driver.
Yeah, but I don't get it. he looks mean.
Maybe they don't vet them as
Well,
severely.
why would those girls be stood in those bus shelters at the most ridiculous hours on the most remote areas of wherever the hell they were?
Because they need to get home.
Yeah, but you won't stand in that bus stop at crazy
I would
o'clock.
have walked home.
Rape Alley. There were so many parts of that film. You know, another bit as well, when he's trying to rape that schoolgirl and he unties her legs, why the fuck is she not trying to kick him and push him off?
I didn't quite understand that. They were all a bit too compliant, but then maybe in that situation you just go with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a realistic...
Maybe it's a China thing. China don't care.
Korean.
I know what I mean. I'm only being silly. Yes, it is a Korean film. It is a great film, and I would recommend anybody see it if you're a fan of that kind of film.
I was surprised at how much the emotion wasn't lost by having to read it, because I thought because it was subtitled that it would convey it less.
Nope.
Not at all.
No.
That main guy is so good.
That main
the
guy.
Good guy.
Really good.
And he's really good looking as well.
Yeah, he does have that kind of
chiseled thing. Right.
Oh, I didn't see this, folks. I didn't hear that. We're hearing new heights here to this one. But no, he's a fantastic actor, because you think he's just going to be the random hero, good guy, police
Stoic,
officer dude,
broody faced looking.
Yeah.
But
But like when that psycho's in that bed and he's on about how he gives them pleasure before he kills them, and he does all, you think that's funny to you, and you can see his eyes filling up and like his lip bubbling, and then he just tears his mouth open.
Oh, I had to turn away for that bit.
Oh, that's a rough one. But yeah, folks, if you can't take too much gore in your film, or you don't like subtitled films, this is definitely not for you. But if you want to watch some fucking beautiful cinematography, a really well written revenge horror film that's got some extremely disturbing moments, this is the film for you. Even if it's just for the taxi scene, which is probably my favourite scene all year, because how they shot that is a marvel. It's not quite Old Boy in the corridor, but it's still pretty damn sexy. I love that scene. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the bonus content for Asura's Wrath. You take care now.